Major indexes, we are tracking lower. The Nasdaq is leading the losses, down about 0.4%, but off of its intraday low. Dow also off of its intraday low, down about 0.1%. S&P 500, same story here, off of its intraday low, down about 0.3%. So, we're seeing a little bit more red on the chart lately, a few more down days, but holding up really well above that 50-day line for the Nasdaq.
Yeah, and holding near highs. So it's a market where, there's probably a little bit of complacency out there, but earnings reports are starting to, or have been rolling in for a couple of weeks now. Next week is going to start to quiet down, so we're kind of at the tail end of earnings season right now, but we did have some economic data to consider today. Jobless claims came in a little better than expected. Of course, we've got a jobs report tomorrow that will be closely watched. There haven't really been any big surprises in monthly jobs reports lately. And then, of course, today, 3 p.m. Eastern, President Trump is expected to name Jerome Powell as the next Fed chief. And I think the market likes that is because it's going to probably still, there will be good continuity. He's kind of more known as a dove than a hawk. So the way Janet Yellen has been working things probably won't change too much under a Jerome Powell leadership.
Right, and a little stumbling block earlier this morning, what we could have seen the intraday lows happening from is details of the GOP's tax plan from the House Republicans capping the mortgage interest deduction to $500,000 from $1 million, and that's hitting home builder stocks today.
Yeah, I mean, the reaction by Home Depot and Lowe's in particular, some of these home improvement retailers, because if homeowners are getting dinged on taxes a little more than they have been, they may not have extra money to,
make those improvements.
Make those home improvements. So we can start by taking a look at shares of Home Depot here. It looks like just a test of the 50-day moving average. This has been a pretty good performer, but here it is, just a classic test of the 50-day line. You can see a recent breakout highlighted by that green dotted line, and it's been a strong performer, but this is just a classic test of the 50-day line for the first time after a breakout. See that test happening near 160, but when a stock breaks out of a base like Home Depot did, and if it's really a strong performing stock, really strong stocks tend to find support at that 50-day moving average. That's definitely a support level to watch for now.
And before today's action, how are you feeling about the stocks trading? It's been stuck within that 5% buy range for quite a while now.
Well, it's been, it's a large cap name. It's a mega cap. It's, I believe, I think it's a Dow component. So when these stocks tend to break out, they don't rip higher like a small or mid cap growth stock. But it's definitely been a steady performer in the Dow. And so those that bought at that recent buy point, which looks to be around near 160, they've given back a lot of that gain. But certainly no sell signals, but if it gives up support at the 50-day moving average and starts to go below that prior buy point, you may want to keep the stock on a tight leash here. But other people probably have a longer-term perspective on this. Maybe they've held it for a long time. So, Home Depot is just one of those big, large blue chip stocks that tends to do pretty well. So